Joe Hearne. Where are you, Joe Hearne? Come on up and tell a story, Joe Hearne.
I'm going to violate protocol a little bit. I got some notes. And the reason I have to have notes is because my files are so deep at my age. Sometimes it's hard to retrieve information as fast as some of these young guys because their files are not as deep. But anyway, David sent me a message and he talked about bridges being pregnant with stories. And it's ironic, the boys in our program crossed the Selma Bridge down in Alabama as their 5th grade civil rights trip. And they learned the impact of bridges on history in this country. Bridge Lacrosse is serving basically the same purpose. It represents a change in the athletic culture in underserved areas. I grew up in an underserved area, now called Uptown. I don't think it's underserved. I played stickball on vacant lots with a broomstick and a tennis ball because we didn't always have baseball equipment. In some cases, we only got baseball equipment when we attended high school. And we attended the high school that's called Booker T. Washington High School, which is now the Arts Magnet near downtown Dallas, close to Uptown. Ernie Banks attended this school and became the greatest baseball player in the history of the Chicago Cubs. See what happens coming out of some neighborhood? You should never let where you come from define who you become in life. I say that to all the kids. Never let that define who you become. As a kid, I watched the famous NFL football player on TV play TCU in the Cotton Bowl from Syracuse. Believe it or not, they had a championship game in the Cotton Bowl back in the day, playing Syracuse, and Jim Brown was the running back that played in that game. As a kid, I didn't even know he knew what lacrosse was until I got involved with lacrosse and read that he was one of the greatest lacrosse players that ever lived. In steps Bridge Lacrosse with equipment. Keep this in mind. Remember, I played with the sticks and the tennis ball. But in steps Bridge Lacrosse with equipment, a nonprofit organization that introduced diverse and traditionally underserved urban youth to lacrosse as a vehicle to teach character, education, values, and life skills through the competition and social interaction that lacrosse provides. Now that we have the equipment, boys, all we have to do is achieve.